Hello everyone. This short video, I hope it's short, is I'm thinking primarily of principals, administrators, teachers. With the season of Lent coming up, there's been a few requests and some talk about how Ash Wednesday and the season of Lent can be celebrated this year with COVID-19 without the distribution of ashes to begin us and without school liturgies happening at the local parish or whatever else. It is obviously a challenging and difficult or awkward time for sure. In our church, the sacraments and our faith are not only spiritual or mental; they're also about people being together in close proximity, of sharing peace with one another. The sacraments always involve touch, even receiving communion. We're supposed to there's some touching of the hands and the flesh, so there's this intimacy with spirituality which is not happening when it's online and so on. And so there are some challenges, obviously, and we want to mark the season of Lent somehow. Obviously Christmas was probably a lot easier just because of the festivities that everybody engages in with Christmas, but nevertheless we are going to try to do something this year for Lent and for Ash Wednesday. The first thing I wanted to do quickly was just mention this book here, which I've passed years ago now when we used to have the Faith Ambassadors program with teachers and principals. This book was put into every school year, church year. It's an awesome resource. It's the best resource I've actually ever come across myself. I don't know if it still can be found in your school or not, but if it is around, then this would always be a good book to fall back on for sure if you're looking for some ideas, some creative ideas for the school, for your school or for your classroom. Anyways, our job is in Catholic schools, I guess, besides reading, writing, and arithmetic, is to teach our students something about the life of Jesus and his teachings, and hopefully even just give them a bit of a prayerful or meditative or a mystical sense of God's presence around us and within us. And I do believe that prayer tables are a good avenue to follow when it comes to some of these objectives in Catholic education. So maybe we'll just take a quick look at this prayer table here. And I'm thinking of Lent now, and this is just a model to sort of begin a conversation. The color purple, of course, for the season of Lent. I have some ashes here. On Ash Wednesday, it would be sort of neat if students had access to ashes so they could feel them with their fingers and maybe even mark their notebook or their hand with some ashes, just so that they can get that physical touch once again, to sort of to the liturgical calendar. Ashes, it can be explained to the students where the ashes come from. If you don't have any ashes in the school, this might be a good time to phone the local parish, especially if you haven't been in close contact with the parish this year as a school. The parish could probably give as a gift to the school some ashes, enough for each classroom. So that's something to consider, and maybe you can give a gift back to the parish in return of some sort. I've put a crucifix here. I don't know how many people remember Father Marco, but this is a crucifix that Father Marco passed around to the schools, and I have mine on the prayer table here. I have, again, I think I showed during the season of Easter last year when COVID all began, how it's very simple to make a hanger of some sort on your prayer table that you can place decorations on or whatever to mark different seasons. And I have the Bible open to Noah, the story of Noah's Ark. The season of Lent is 40 days, not including the Sundays. There's 40 days in the Ark for Noah and his family and his animal friends. There's 40 years in the bush, Moses and the people of Israel in the story of Exodus from Egypt. Jesus is in the bush for 40 days without food, as he just spends time discerning and praying about his own life and his future. So the number 40 is a prominent number. So this is a time to sort of teach students about Bible stories and so on. The number 40, of course, is interesting, and it seems to be related to a time of growth and change and time away, or a time of quiet. And the gospel reading is also about quiet, about spending time in your inner room, praying to God, meditating with God. So this might be a time as well when students can as in a class can spend time in maybe quiet meditation. I know that there's a lot of classes in the school board that do this practice already, so it can be linked to the season of Lent. Yeah, there's different questions you can ask students. What kind of things prevent us from growing closer to God? Or what kind of actions or thoughts conversely bring us closer to God? And those kind of things could be maybe written on small crosses that students can color, and then every day a different student could maybe come and hang those ideas on the tree or the hanger on the prayer table. And it's just a way to engage the class through the season of Lent with the prayer table. If in your classroom you've had water that students can bless themselves with every day, a bowl of water, holy water, whatever, this would be the time to empty the bowl and leave it dry. And again, it's just to let students know that there's something afoot here in the church. We're sort of following the life of Jesus to the cross, and we're using this time to have our prayers guided by his life at this time. I guess the other thing I thought of with the prayer table, and last year when I was doing the Easter prayer tables during the COVID lockdown, one of the things I did is plant a seed. But ideally, if I was the teacher in a classroom or a principal in a school, whatever else, I think the theme of seeds and new life coming out of the darkness of the earth, I would want to plant my seeds now. So whether on Ash Wednesday or at the beginning of Lent, have a pot of dirt in the classroom or on the prayer table, and let each student put a seed in the ground and see how it grows, so that when Easter comes and we celebrate new life, maybe we'll have new life sprouting already on the prayer table. So again, it's just a way to engage the students, all of their senses. You can also teach a biology lesson that way too, by the way. Speaking of which, another thing that's been suggested is to have a moon calendar on your prayer table or on the wall, because Easter is always calculated as the first full moon after the first Sunday after the vernal equinox. So it's a time to watch the moon, and this is something students can do at home with their families. Just where is the moon at, and you can guide or chart the course of the moon in your classroom as well, so that you're getting a bit of an astronomy lesson as well. There's all sorts of possibilities here. Another theme is the idea of journeying, of the 40 days of journeying. Sometimes it's with a desert motif, and you could have 40 footsteps going toward an oasis with, again, new life at Easter. And the 40 steps can be measured again by things that bring us closer to God or the things that distract us from God. Anyways, I think these are just some ideas that I wanted to throw around. There's been a lot of written material that is being sent your way, so I thought a video might just clarify a few things, possibly, I hope. And I would just like to conclude by mentioning a few other images that go with Ash Wednesday and could be used on the prayer table. And I'm not going to explain each of these things. I think most of us will know what they mean. And if you don't know what they mean, just Google it and you'll see very quickly. But other images for Lent and for the prayer table: a wooden cross, a wood-handled hammer with nails, a rooster, dice, 30 coins in a satchel, a sea sponge on a reed or a stick, a lance, a purple robe and a seamless white tunic, thorns or a crown, a thorny crown, and of course ashes. So anyways, those are just some ideas. I hope that it can be a prayerful time for all of us in some form or other. Obviously, the challenges are unique to this school year, but peace to you all, and I look forward to seeing you in the future. Peace.